Hi everyone, it's me Amy, and here I am reflecting on my acne journey. I wanted to share this with everyone because acne is something that seems like it should be curable, and it seems like so many other people don't have acne, and it seems like it should be easier to get rid of. I got my first blemishes when I was about 10 years old. I had acne all through middle school. At the time, I just washed my face really well, and I used a product called Oxy at the time, which is a benzoyl peroxide treatment. And the Oxy didn't really work very well, but I think I just used it because I wanted to feel like I was using something. When I was in high school, I went to the dermatologist and was prescribed a Retin-A. But it irritated my skin and it didn't seem to do anything for the acne. When I got to be in my late teenage years, about 18 or 19, I was able to get on some birth control pills for my acne. And that actually did cure the acne. The problem was that I'm not very good at taking pills every day and remembering to take pills every day, and I was afraid that I was messing up my cycles by not taking the pills religiously. So I decided to stop taking the pills, and I started using a product called Proactive. And at the time, when I was a young adult in my early 20s, Proactive actually worked very well for me. I don't know if the formula has changed since then, because it's been a couple of decades, but it worked very well. The only thing was that it would dye your collars sometimes, and your towels and your sheets and things like that. I do have the logos to show you so you can see what it looks like, but I no longer use the Proactive products. They don't work on me anymore, but I wanted to just show it in case it would work for you. Let's see. So Proactive worked pretty well for me throughout my 20s and 30s, and I had little blemishes here and there, but nothing really too severe. And then all of a sudden, when I hit my 40s, I don't know what happened. I felt like I looked like an alien. I hid my acne with makeup pretty well, but you can't completely hide a bumpy face. You can hide the color, but you can't hide the bumps. And I spent a long time doing makeup when I was going to go out, hiding my acne. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to go swimming, things like that. So I went to the dermatologist, and the dermatologist ran some hormone tests, and all my hormones were within normal limits. So we tried some antibiotics, we tried some topical ointments, and then eventually she prescribed two things that work for a lot of people. They didn't work for me. One, it was during the day, a benzoyl peroxide gel called Onexton, and that is a prescription. And the other that she prescribed is a Retin-A cream for nighttime. And to be honest, those two products together really did nothing but irritate my skin. I didn't see any results from them, and my skin was just very irritated and peely and even redder than it already was. So even though my hormones tested normal, we decided to try a medication called Spironolactone. And Spironolactone comes in a pill, looks about like this big. And we tried with a small dose, and miracle of miracles, within the first couple days of taking the pill, my acne started to go away. It never went completely away, but it started to go away. And then it started coming back. So we upped my dose. We went from 50 to 100 milligrams. Again, it went away. And then after about a month, it started coming back. We bumped it up to 150 milligrams. It went away again and then started coming back. It never fully came back to the severity that it initially had, but it it did come back a little bit in places, and the spironolactone was drying, and I had some peeling and some redness. It was better than nothing. I would recommend trying it. The one tip that I have for spironolactone is that it's no longer required to check potassium when you're taking spironolactone, but you might want to ask your doctor to check your potassium before and after you start taking it and during the medication. Even though it's not required to check the potassium, my doctor checked my potassium regularly and it stayed normal. It was fine. But I did experience leg cramps when I was taking the spironolactone. So to me, that just says that it was a good thing that we were checking the potassium, and I would have been nervous if we weren't checking it. So finally, the last thing that we tried seems to be working. I have been on a prescription of a medication called Isotretinoin. Isotretinoin. I don't know how to say that. Isotretinoin for about a month. And you can see I'm not wearing any makeup except for mascara. But hopefully you can see that for the most part, the acne has cleared. There's some scarring here. There's some redness, definitely some skin redness, and there's some just some residual scarring that hasn't healed yet. But I'm very happy with this medication. This is what it looks like. It used to be called Accutane. They don't make Accutane anymore. So this is a different brand. If you're a female, you have to have a pregnancy test before you can start taking that medication. And then you have to have a pregnancy test during the medications. This is what the pills look like. And on the back of the pills, you'll see it has a picture of a pregnant woman with a line through it, because it is very dangerous to get pregnant while you're on this medication. And you have to, throughout the course of your treatment, you have to prove that you're not pregnant and take online quizzes and sign pledges. And you have to do everything in a certain amount of time before you can get your prescription. And if you don't do it, then you can't get your prescription. So you have to be kind of, you have to be diligent. I will say that the side effects that you always hear about the isotretinoin is dry skin and chapped lips. And I have experienced both of those side effects in extreme ways. But I did find some lotions that work very, very, very well and that do not clog pores. And I also found something for my lips that healed my chapped lips. So I will post about those two things in another video. But for now, I'm just happy to be posting this video because I think that if my journey helps just one person or just two people, then to me that's worth posting. I want you to know that I know what it feels like to have to walk around with acne on your face and even on your body. I know how embarrassing that can be, but I want anyone watching this video to know that no matter what your skin looks like, no matter what your skin is doing or how much acne that you have, you are loved and you deserve to be loved. Thanks for watching. Bye.